Hi folks, it's Evo here from Thundermist Lure Company, and welcome to today's episode of Thundermist Fishing Tips. I'm out here with Antonio, the Boatless Angler from our Thundermist Fishing Tips series. And right here, Antonio, this is truly boatless, isn't it?
It is definitely boatless and tough getting to.
Tough spot to get to. We're right here on the edge of the water. There's not a lot of room. We got a lot of debris behind us. Antonio's already got his line in. We are going to do a couple of different things today, folks. You want to fish for?
Channel catfish.
Channel cat. So Antonio's got, what do you got, cut bait on?
Cut bait.
Cut bait. So he's going to fish for channel cats. Me, on the other hand, I've got a 2 T-turn setup here going to 2 hooks, and I'm going to be targeting bullhead. So the only difference between Antonio and I is I'm targeting bullhead, I'm using worms. And these worms I just dug up this morning from my little compost pile in the back of the house, and Antonio's using cut bait. So the difference is the bullheads, although they do bite cut bait, they'll come after the worms a lot quicker than they will to the cut bait. And the channel cats, they'll also take a worm, but usually other fish get to the worms first, so the cut bait is a better option for the channel cat. So we're gonna see if we can get a mixed bag today, folks, so stay tuned. Okay, I'm just gonna stay a little bit beside Antonio here. I've got my little spin cast reel, which is perfect for this setup. So it's a closed-faced reel, which is great. And I'm gonna use the pitching technique, and I'm gonna pitch myself out here as far as I can go. Actually, that's a nice long cast right there. And I got a rod holder here. Look at that, Antonio, it's perfect. Hey. And now we wait for a bite. We're fishing, it's about mid-April, so it's a nice day, but it's a bit cool. And we're right off of Lake Ontario, so you got that cold wind coming off the lake because the water is still very, very cold. But we're hoping for a little early season bite here, folks. So see if we can get into some catfish.
That's like 20 seconds.
20 seconds, okay, maybe 30. Honestly, folks, I can't believe it. I put my rod down, and all of a sudden I just looked up for a second, and my line was all loose. So I tightened it up, and it was loose because fish was just biting away at it. These compost worms, they really got a strong scent to them. There we go, it's a nice little bullhead right there. Look at that. There we go. That's what I mean. You see, now if we were to just be fishing with the cut bait, I mean, we could still catch bullhead, but they really do like worms, and they like them a lot. Nice yellow color to this one. And I hope there's a few more out there. This is a good way to hold the catfish, folks, if you're worried about the fins. You just come in from behind the catfish, and you could hold with the top fin right in here inside in your palm, and your thumb and your finger on the other 2 fins. And in fact, if you just give a little bit of pressure, they'll open their mouth for you too, and you can get the hook out. There we go, finally got it out. Okay, that's a start. It's not a big bullhead, but it's a start, and it didn't take long. I see, there we go, we'll get him back in. Antonio's nice and comfortable there with his Boatless Angler position, and I'm going to put on some more of those worms and get my line back out there again. Honestly, that was really quick, unless there was just in the neighborhood. Obviously, it was just in the neighborhood, but see if there's some more hanging around. I'll keep a closer watch on my rod this time. And that's the thing, when they're biting, they typically bite like so, but sometimes what happened there was my line got all loose because he was obviously biting and pulling the line towards me, and that's why my line got all loose, as opposed to biting and pulling it away. So I'm going to keep a closer watch on this and see how long it takes now to get my next bite. There was a hit, folks, and then he hit, stopped.
Whoa, there goes your rod!
Oh!
No!
Folks, you're not going to believe this. I was getting those bites, and then Antonio noticed, oh, there goes my glasses again. Antonio noticed the cameraman's rod just take off in the water. It bolted off. So quickly, Antonio and I try to see if we could snag his line, and I think I just got it. And I feel a fish on the end of it, so I think we might... Oh, I got his rod. There it is there. There it is there. You got it? Beautiful. I felt like there was a fish on there, too. Is there a fish on there?
There is a fish on here.
There's a fish. Bring it in. Bring it in, Antonio. Folks, I can't believe it. How lucky were we to get that rod, because it just took off like a shot. And then I just used my 2-hook system here. Casting. It took about 10 casts, and I was so lucky that I hooked that rod. Unbelievable. I'll trade your spots, Antonio.
All right.
See what? I want to see what fish took that rod in.
It went flying. It was.
Oh, you lost them. Or did you break you out?
Broke.
Oh, you broke?
Broke.
Oh well. Okay. Hey, at least we saved the rod and the reel. Antonio, good.
Almost fell off the log.
You almost took your rod off the log, eh?
I almost fell off the log. Not the rod.
On the hook set?
Yeah.
Well, we know the channels are here. Actually, I'm getting another bite here too. The channels are here and the bullhead are here.
It's gonna be tough landing it.
I'll come over and there we go.
No header?
I got one too. The bullhead though. See if I can. Well, folks, we're having our fair share of excitement today. Oops. Cameraman almost lost the rod. I got something small. Then the channel cats are definitely here. And so are the bullhead. Isn't that something, folks? We changed using worms, targeting bullhead, catching bullhead. Using cut bait, targeting channel, fishing the same water, catching channel cats.
I casted it out a quarter mile, so.
Okay, get him back in. Why don't you come over here? I'll give you a hand to land them.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
Stick it out of the water.
Oh, Antonio.
Where boatless angler skills come into play.
Boatless angler skills for sure, required. Oh, that's a nice channel cat, folks.
Right
Hey, did you see him? Oh, it's a huge one. It's a good fish. I wonder if that's what took the cameraman's fishing rod. That's a big fish. Moving in from the lake, folks. Those big fish are moving in from the lake. Oh, look at the head on them. Oh, bring them over here, Antonio. This is a big fish.
Risky over here.
Bring it over, Antonio. Oh, look at the size of this fish. See if I can lip lock him. There we go. I got him in the lip lock. Oh, that's a big fish.
How's that for a fish?
Oh, it's no wonder the cameraman's rod went. Here you go, Antonio. That's over 20 pounds, folks. You got him?
Oh yeah.
You sure?
Yep.
There you go. That's gotta be, that's over 20 for sure. That's a big fish.
That is a huge channel cat right there.
Now these fish are coming in off the lake, coming in, getting ready to spawn. It's the month of April, and that's when you got the chance to get these real big Lake Ontario channel catfish. Wow, that's a huge fish.
I can't even hold them.
Well,
I'm freezing.
Well, this water is cold, folks.
Okay.
That's a nice channel cat. That explains why that rod went in the water.
Wow.
That's a beautiful fish. Oh my.
Look how thick it is.
Yeah, I see this big, thick head, big, wide. Look at the length of the whiskers even. Look how long those whiskers are on that channel cat. Hey? See how long they are? Big whiskers on that thing. That's a big fish.
All right.
Yeah, okay, back in she goes.
Another day.
There you go. Unbelievable, right? That rod just went in. We just got reset up again. You got a wet foot. I'm still gonna fish for. It's gonna be hard for me to fish for bullhead, folks, because I know there's some big channel cats here. But
You can stick with it.
we're gonna stick with the plan. I'm gonna fish a little more for bullhead. You're gonna keep fishing for channels. But if the channels keep coming in like that, I'm switching gears. But let's keep having fun. I'm having fun with bullhead. You're having fun with channels.
Did you land that one?
I landed him. It's just a small bullhead. I'll rebait up again. But what a great time, folks. This is phenomenal. Oh, there we go. tight quarters here for setting the hook, folks. Oh, I hope this was a little bigger than the last one. It doesn't feel much bigger though. I think that's all I'm going to get today, Antonio. These little bullheads with these small little worms.
You gonna switch it up?
I don't know. Nah, I said I'm going for bullhead, so I'm going for bullhead. Still fun though. There we go. Nice yellow color to them. A little bigger than the last one. Very yellow though. Very, very yellow. That's actually a yellow bullhead. Called the yellow bullhead. There we go. Get him back in. Okay. But isn't that something, folks? Here we are. Antonio set up. He's got a nice big 5/0 hook, fishing with cut bait. I've got a little ultralight rod, fishing with worms. We're fishing the same water. I'm fishing a little different, targeting bullhead and catching bullhead. Antonio's fishing a little different, targeting channel cats and catching channel cats. So bait does make a difference, how you fish, what you're using, because here's proof right here, folks. We're fishing right in the same water, and I'm not getting any channel cats, not with these little manure worms, but he is. And the hook I'm using, he's using the big 5/0 hook. I'm just using a small, long shank, size 6 Aberdeen hook, and I like the long shank because it just makes it a little easier to take the hook out of the mouth of the catfish. That's another good hook, San Antonio.
I leaned into it.
Oh, let's see if it's another big fish. Wow. Oh, what are you doing? Your drag's way too loose. Wow, he's pulling though. I think he got another good fish.
This thing is pretty big.
It's another good fish.
I'd like to get one even half the size of the one we got before.
Oh, that last one was huge.
Catching just as many channels you are bullheads.
Yeah, like the fishing's been pretty steady. The bullhead have been biting, and the channel cat's been biting almost as fast as the bullhead.
Which is rare.
It is rare. I'm just keeping an eye on my rod here. But isn't that something? Those channel cats are not touching these worms at all.
We're gonna have problems with this.
It's gonna be a while to bring him in,
well,
Antonio.
More than that.
If you can bring him here.
Can't get it over that stick wheel up there.
I told you should have cast on this side. Now you got to make your way around that pole or on that branch.
I definitely have a problem.
Now you have a problem. I'd like to see you get out of this one. I don't recommend going in there after it either.
You wouldn't do that for a huge fish?
Actually, I think I probably would.
Oh, it just broke.
Just broke.
That was huge.
Well, folks, that's how it goes with the Boatless Angler. Obstacles all the time. I don't know. I don't think I can take any more of this. I said I'm fishing for bullhead, but I think what I'm gonna do,
switch up.
I'm switching up. I've got my other rod up in the vehicle. I'm gonna go grab my other rod, and I'm switching up. There's no way I can give up on this fishing. I'm having a little bit of fun with these small bullheads, but too much excitement with those big channel cats. So at this point, folks, maybe we'll do a part 2 of this segment, but for now, I want to thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of Thundermist Fishing Tips. And as always, until next time, good luck and good fishing.